Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel, and I'm your host for LT Productions. And you are watching another edition of Speak Up. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, even share this video. Today we will be talking about Drake and his RICO lawsuit. We got Stefon Diggs, his brother, another Patriots football lawsuits, and also charges that are being brought up against Stefon and this other guy. His name is Christian Barmore. We'll be talking about Jamal Bryant and his response to his wife's dress going viral, and we'll be talking about Lala Milan and her emasculating her baby father. And we'll be talking about Will Smith because he's being brought up in a lawsuit, but does it really affect him? All right, so sit tight and let's get into this new edition of Speak Up. Okay, y'all, so I think we'll start with Drake because we got a lot of lawsuits. I'm just going through briefly as to what is being claimed. And the source that I have is from Lauren LaRosa. You know, she's like this beat reporter that gets to the nitty-gritty of things, so I'm using her today as a source just to give you it short and sweet. She says, break it. Drake and Stake, the online gambling platform, along with others, including streamer Adin Ross, are being sued in a federal class action RICO. Adin Ross is actually the white guy that's on my art for this video. The RICO alleges Drake and others named have been using the tipping feature on Stake to transfer money amongst each other that is used to artificially inflate Drake's music streams across major distribution platforms. Now, didn't he just try to sue his own record label for boosting streams for other people? And now you... Two plaintiffs alleged via docs filed on New Year's Eve. In addition, through Stake's tipping function, defendants have financed their combined artificial streaming botting, in quotes, to create fraudulent streams of Drake's music, fabricate popularity, disparage competitors. So not only you just can't just get the streams, you got to be a troll. And music label executives distort recommendation algorithms and distribute financing for all of the foregoing while concealing the flow of funds. The filing continues to allege at the heart of the scheme, Drake, acting directly and through willing and knowledgeable co-conspirators, have deployed automated bots and streaming farms to artificially inflate play counts of his music across major platforms, such as Spotify. I can't talk today. These inauthentic streams injected via interstate digital pathways were calibrated to mislead royalty and recommendation engines, manufactured popularity, distort playlists and charts, and divert both value and audience attention. In tandem, this manipulation has suppressed authentic artists and narrowed consumers' access to legitimate content by undermining the integrity of curated experiences. The doc continues that by alleging that Drake knew what was going on, but that the other parties listed were his co-conspirators, who would mask the money transfers or tipping transfer as various giveaways, etc. These transfers were encrypted and not widely available to be seen by the public eye. One alleged example of the tipping scheme in the lawsuit is a large value tip of $100,000. The lawsuit says that this was listed as a tipping transfer between defendants Drake and Adin Ross in 2023. The doc continues to allege in December 2024, Drake gave away large sums of money in partnership with Ross and Stake as part of his Dreamers giveaway. Allegations continue. These tips and many others like them cycled among defendants Drake, Ross, and George Nigan, who plaintiffs allege would then underwrite botting and paid engagement campaigns. The lawsuit even mentions a $220,000 car Stake alleged gifted to Adin days before the lawsuit filing on New Year's Eve. Oof. Adding this here too, the plaintiffs want damages, including at least $5 million for statutory compensatory, consequential, punitive. I guess today words are going to beat me up. Punitive and enhanced damages and attorney's fees were authorized by law. They also like a trial by jury if triable. Plaintiffs are also holding stake to task on how money is made by defendants via the platform. The filing alleges Drake and Aiden Ross are purported to be gambling with their own state cash, but the filing claims that they are gambling with money provided to them by the house. Well, all I can say is, look, you open the door, Drake, to all this stuff coming out. Made the best man win out of this whole situation. You wanted to take your label, your music label, to task because you were just so butthurt that Kendrick Lamar beat you. Instead of just taking the L and the feud that y'all had going on, you took it too far because of the reach that you've had so far in the music industry. You've been kind of this main component in the rap industry. Nobody was touching you. Everything you were making was gold for a while. For a while, your music has been whack. And you're trying to appease a younger audience, but it's like pissing off the people that have been loyal to you, that is not really, you're not connecting to. I think that there's a way to reach multi-generations. However, you gotta move with the times and don't forget about the people that have been holding you up all this time. Well, anyways, as I said, you open these can of worms about all of this botting and all of these fake streams and stuff. I would not be surprised that there's not going to be a worldwide investigation to really look at streams everywhere on a lot of artists. So possibly you've opened it up because we're just even trying to figure out why people are getting certain awards for Grammys and other people are locked out. And I think it's been hush hush, and I'm interested to see where this story goes to. But anyway, so shout out to Miss Lauren for these words that she has made me murdered, Miss Lauren LaRosa. Now, let's move on to so Stefon Diggs. We'll get to him in just a second. I'm gonna get this over for the ones that may care and may not. The only thing is that I picked up the story and maybe I don't really have to say anything about it, but I might as well, because both brothers, Stefon Diggs and his brother Trayvon Diggs, is in the news for two different things. But as I just started looking into what was going on with Trayvon Diggs, you know, he was released from the Dallas Cowboys, and I wanted to know what was going on there. So here's an article from ESPN.com. The Dallas Cowboys have released two-time Pro Bowl cornerback Trayvon Diggs with one game to play. Diggs, 27, will go through waivers and will be a free agent if he isn't claimed. The Cowboys close the season Sunday at New York Giants. This article was written on December 30th. So this is the last game for the Cowboys. This week. The move ends a tumultuous two-season span that has seen the player and organization grow apart. One source says that the decision to move on from Diggs was due to a culmination of events, including performance. Diggs signed a 5-year, $97 million contract extension in 2023. So you're being dismissed just 2 years in? Okay. But he has played in just 21 games over the past 2 seasons because of a knee injury. Lord. He tore his left ACL in practice in 2023 and missed 6 games last year because of an issue that required a chondral graft in January in the same knee. This year, he missed 8 games with an issue with his right knee and suffered a concussion from an at-home accident that he later disclosed came when he was attempting to install a television mount. If a team were to claim Diggs off waivers, it would be on the hook for the $472,000 he is due in base salary for week 18, plus $58,823 if he is active this week, according to ESPN's Field Gate. Diggs has no guaranteed money on his deal beyond this season. Ooh, well, you know, The Cowboys had problems with how Diggs rehabbed in each of the past 2 years. The club enforced a $500,000 base salary de-escalator for 2025 when he failed to take part in 84% of the team's voluntary off-season program. He chose to do his rehab work in South Florida instead of under supervision of the team's athletic training staff. He opened training camp on the physically unable to perform list, but was activated in time to play the first game of the season. He expressed the desire to play more man-to-man coverage in a meeting with defense coordinator Matt Eberflus, with the unit off to a poor start. In the 8 games he played, Diggs was credited with 27 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and 2 pressures. I don't know all them terms. I know tackling. But he did not have a pass breakup or an interception. He had at least 1 interception in each of his previous 5 seasons, including 11 in 2021, which tied a franchise record and earned him first team All-Pro honor. Diggs, a second-round pick in 2020, was named the Pro Bowl in 2021 and 2022. Diggs was likely a candidate to be released after the season, which would have opened up roughly $12 million in cap space. The Cowboys placed another former Pro Bowl cornerback, Deron Bland, on injured reserve 2 weeks ago with a foot injury. So yeah, Steven, I don't think you're about to get all that money, but I think he's been transferred from what I remember seeing. But let me see if I was seeing it correctly. Okay, yes, former Cowboy cornerback Trayvon Diggs was released by Dallas and quickly claimed off waivers by the Green Bay Packers in late December 2025. Finding a new team for a playoff push and a fresh start after injuries and performance issues in Dallas, reuniting with whatever. The move came after a reported incident involving team protocol and family time, capping off a difficult couple seasons for the pro corner. Yeah. Okay, so in that regard, he'll probably be able to save his salary. How much? Who knows? You're on a different team. There's no guarantee that you're going to be first up as far as even playing. So I don't know if there's any type of technicalities on if I play or not. Am I going to get my money? As far as if it's not on me. If you're not putting me in the game, do y'all get to still, are y'all going to have to give me my money? So I don't know. But anyways, I saw that and I was just really nosy to see what's up. And for any football fans, y'all may be really interested in it. All right, so let's move on to Stefon Diggs. And we're going to get into Christian Barmore, who is one of his teammates on the Patriots. So, earlier this week, Patriots Stefon Diggs faces strangulation assault charges. He's facing a felony charge of strangulation and a misdemeanor charge of assault from an alleged incident on December 2nd. A motion hearing took place Tuesday morning at the Dedham, Massachusetts District Court. Diggs' arraignment is scheduled for January 23rd, which is the Friday before the AFC Championship game. According to a police report, a woman went to the police December 16th and shared that she was working as a private chef on the date of the incident in question when Diggs entered her unlocked bedroom and allegedly smacked her across the face after they had discussed money owed to her. According to the police, she said she attempted to push Diggs away when he allegedly tried to choke her with his elbow around her neck and later threw her on the bed and said lies when she said she had not been paid. After alleged assault, she left her position and the residence to stay with a friend. When the woman returned December 9th to retrieve her property, Diggs referred her to his assistant, who told the woman that she had to sign a non-disclosure agreement before she would be paid. She did not sign it per the report. The woman informed police December 16th that she didn't want to file charges before deciding to do so December 22nd, according to the authorities. Thank God. Diggs' attorney David Meyer said in a statement that the allegations are unsubstantiated. Stefon Diggs categorically denies these allegations. They are unsubstantiated, uncorroborated, and were never investigated because they did not occur. Because if they made the charges, did they at least, I don't know, did the police go out and investigate or what? The timing and motivation for making the allegations is crystal clear. They are the direct result of an employee-employer financial dispute that was not resolved by the employee's satisfaction. Stefon looks forward to establishing the truth in a court of law. And following Tuesday's hearing, Diggs' defense team said it was working on a monetary resolution to the incident, according to the Boston Globe. The Patriots said in a statement that they were aware of the accusations made against Doug. We support Stefon, the team said in the statement. We will continue to gather information and will cooperate fully with the appropriate authorities and the NFL as necessary. Out of respect for all parties involved and given that this is an ongoing legal matter, we will have no further comment at this time. The NFL also said that it was aware of the matter and has been in contact with the Patriots. We have no further comment at this time, the league said in its statement. Diggs, 32, joined the Patriots in March as a free agent on a 3-year, $69 million contract. He leads New England with 82 receptions for 970 yards with 4 touchdowns. And the Patriots are 13-3 and have their final regular season game Sunday against Miami Dolphins and then off to the playoffs. Well, I'll say that this incident sounds very familiar with someone else that I actually reported earlier last year. Milan Hernandez. She wasn't an employee. She's an ex-girlfriend of Stefon Diggs. Milan Hernandez, if you watched Basketball Wives Orlando, they only had one season. It was back in, I think, like 2023. I thought the season was good and it should have really came back, but whatever. I can't cry over spilled milk in this whole situation. But yeah, with this whole Stefon Diggs and Milan Hernandez, they've been involved in a legal battle stemming from an alleged incident that happened in June of 2024. Where Diggs sued Hernandez for attempted extortion after she claimed he assaulted her. He punched her head while Hernandez countersued alleging assault, concussion, and attempted silencing VIA and NDA. Another non-disclosure situation after you have allegedly gotten violent. Leading to conflicting lawsuits were serious accusations from both sides regarding assault and financial motives, with added complexity from Diggs, other legal issues, and high-profile relationships. The core dispute, Stefon Diggs' lawsuit, filed first accusing Milan and another woman, Brianna Mack, of assault, property damage, and trying to extort millions of dollars from him after a June 7th encounter. He claims they made false claims of pregnancy and assault to get money. Milan Hernandez counterclaims. She filed a counterclaim alleging Diggs punched her in the head with a closed fist, causing a concussion, and tried to get her to sign a non-disclosure agreement to keep the incident quiet. She seeks damages for injuries and emotional distress. Let's see. Hernandez was able to produce hospital records showing a concussion diagnosis June 14th as evidence. Text messages, Diggs' alleged texts where he denies paying her and insults her, were revealed in court. Criminal charges in late... Okay, blah, 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 blah. We already know about that. The current status, both parties have filed lawsuits creating conflicting narratives. The legal process is ongoing, with Diggs suing for at least $250,000 and Hernandez seeking damages as well. The case highlights issues of power dynamics, potential extortion, and accountability in celebrity relationships, with public interest high due to Diggs' NFL fame and other high-profile relationships.